On the evening of February 19, 2018, at around 5:30 p.m., insurgents from the ISWAP terror group arrived in several trucks at the Government Girls College in Dapchi, Northeast Nigeria. They abducted a total of 115 schoolgirls from their dormitories that day. It would later be known as the Dapchi abduction. By the time the entire ordeal was done, 5 girls had lost their lives. But what happened to the girls who survived? For Human Angle, I went down to Dapchi to speak with these girls earlier this year and the parents of the girls who died. We published my findings in a 4-part series. It is only one of the many transitional justice issues Human Angle covered this year. Now, why are transitional justice issues important? Why do we have to cover them? As someone who has been covering it in the past year, I can tell you that they have the potential to facilitate the healing of communities in a way that restores something that is as close as possible to normalcy. But that was not the only TJ issue that I covered this year. I also wrote about something many people found interesting, the experiences of an intersex person in war-torn Borno. Our understanding of conflicts, and by our I mean the society, and issues around violence and SGBV is heavily gendered. And this is because we are mostly conditioned to view things in binaries, good or bad, man or woman, white or black. But what about people who do not necessarily fall under these categories? What about people who exist in a different spectrum? How does an intersex person, for example, experience the war in Nigeria's northeast? I spoke to an intersex person and wrote that story. And then in Borno State in northeast Nigeria, we reported how terrorists have been taking advantage of the hardship that is going on amongst displaced people and recruiting them as aides. And then there was Kelu Haruna, brave, dogged and inspiring woman. She led the formidable Mifra movement for years until she passed. Kelu fought bravely for the release of wrongfully incarcerated men, among whom was her husband. I spoke to people who knew her and wrote about her struggles in her journey. Then we covered the drug and sex lives of Boko Haram insurgents, where past wives of the insurgents told us that they were prone to domestic violence as a result of the drug use of the insurgents, and also prone to uterine prolapse as a result of forceful sex. We also covered the fact that women are not involved enough in Nigeria's current de-radicalization efforts for surrendered insurgents. All of this is done in partnership with the Africa Transitional Justice Legacy Fund, the ATJLF. Next year, we continue the work.